You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Well, get ready for the pandemonium at the zoo. Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m., everybody. I'm Ron Burgundy. Eric Connard.
You do it pretty well.
Thank you.
I like the impression. Good morning to you. I'm Evan Nurani. The giant pandas are making their big debut at the San Diego Zoo today. And we have team coverage. Netta and Chris are there live with a preview.
We want to start with Netta. The pandas are kind of a big deal, to quote Anchorman, right?
We're stuck in this glass case of emotion because we will get to see them moments from now. Right now, we're waiting for that daylight because we can't have our flashing lights onto the pandas. We don't want to disturb them. They're visitors here in San Diego, of course, coming to us from China. This is a big deal. It's been 21 years in the making. So we're so happy to be able to be live out here at the zoo this morning. Such a San Diego story, right? These giant pandas, of course, iconic, a huge message of conservation behind them. We are actually at Panda Ridge right now inside the zoo, the newly renovated Panda Ridge. You'll see behind me all of that bamboo. That's an important part of these pandas and why they're so giant. You also see, of course, they're icons of the forest. Just feet away from me is their habitat. Yunchuan, Xingbao, we'll tell you all about them in a moment. Let's send it over now to Chris Groh, who is joining us to tell us also about the special visitor that will be here along with the thousands and thousands of other animal fans. Chris, what's going on?
There's going to be so many visitors here in just a matter of hours. It's going to feel like a rock concert, like the Beatles are at Shea Stadium, but it's going to be Xingbao and Yunchuan here at the San Diego Zoo. So, yeah, pretty much just as popular as the Beatles. So I want to bring you in because pandemonium, pandemania, whatever it is that you want to call it, comes, of course, with all of this unique options for you to take home as souvenirs. So the Panda Shop, it is fully stocked right now. And of course, this is all being sold with a good mission because tickets that are sold for the pandas to be able to see them earlier, and then as well as the items here in the Panda Shop, these are all going towards conservation efforts. And so when you go ahead and you buy some of these items, this is going to help support them. And as we heard from Marco Wendt, the San Diego Zoo ambassador earlier, this is conservation work that goes on directly with China and their counterparts there to try to see what behaviors they're observing with Xingbao and Yunchuan, what type of food they're eating, how they're reacting. All of that stuff helps extend the lives of the pandas and what it is that their future in this world looks like, not just here in San Diego. Here's a little bit more of what Marco had to tell us yesterday as well, too, about those conservation efforts.
The conservation work we do, whether it be a rhino or polar bear, it's a group effort. We can't do it alone. So with our partners, the China Wildlife Conservation Association, we've had a long-standing working with the fine people of China to help out with giant panda conservation. We've had over 30 years of conservation efforts that help out, and really proud to say from the past, we were able to downgrade the status of giant panda from endangered to vulnerable, which is really an amazing thing.
And look, there's going to be something for everyone, from the little ones to, of course, everyone can get behind little Xingbao and Yunchuan and the giant pandas that are here as well. So while we haven't seen the giant pandas just yet live, of course, you did see some of that footage that was taken yesterday during a preview event. We do want to let you know that later on, after we see the pandas, we're going to be having a special ceremony where there will be a mural unveiled. And then, of course, Governor Gavin Newsom here to proclaim today, August 8th. And I hope that you are watching here on Channel 8, 888. Very lucky numbers there. Going to be proclaiming today Panda Day. And for everything about these pandas and their unique personalities that we got to see on full display yesterday, going to send things back over to my partner Netta, who's here as well too. Netta, what can you tell us about Xingbao and Yunchuan?
You know, they're very different, which is really cool for a lot of visitors. You'll be surprised to see the difference in their personalities. So let's tell you about these pandas. Yunchuan, we'll go with that one first. He is almost 5 years old. Yun means cloud. Chuan means big river. And I can tell you, this one last night when we got a chance to see them, was very sleepy, just kind of plopped on the rocks. He is named after his grandmother, Bai Yun, who resided at the San Diego Zoo in the early 2000s, a familiar name for us here in San Diego. You'll also get to meet Sing Bao. She is almost 4 years old. We're told she's very active. We saw that in full effect. She also likes to eat a lot. She's alert, she's witty, she's an excellent climber. She has that larger round face with big ears, and she's gonna put on quite a show. When you first walk into Panda Ridge, she's the first panda you'll see. There are 3 different ways to see the pandas. For all of you at home who are anxious to do what we get to do right now and actually see these pandas, you can secure a complimentary giant panda timed ticket. That's when you get into the zoo, of course. You'll scan the QR codes. You'll see them on signs throughout the zoo. Select an available time. Also, you can join the standby line at Panda Ridge anytime. And the zoo offers a special 60-minute paid early morning walking tour, and that's another way you can see the pandas. That one, again, is paid. You do have to make that reservation online. So you'll get a chance to come into Panda Ridge. I know day 1, there's going to be a lot of people, but throughout the next several days, of course, there are plenty of chances to see these incredible animals. Obviously, a sign of conservation, a sign of collaboration between the U.S. and China. And I do want to show you something else that's really special here, because this red panda, I don't know if you can see in the trees, but you can see that fur. At first I thought, is that a doll in the tree? No, that is a red panda hanging out in the tree. There's no glass keeping that inside, in fact, but it likes to stay up there. So right next to the giant pandas, also a red panda that you can come here and learn all about. So such a special experience to come to the San Diego Zoo on any given day, but of course on this 8/8, we are proud to be live here on Channel 8. So that's gonna do it for our coverage here for now. We have a lot more coming up, including this right here, bamboo, very special. In fact, we saw one of the wildlife specialists coming through with a bushel of it, ready to feed these pandas. We'll tell you how they create it, how many different species of bamboo there are, and obviously it's a big staple of their diet.
Absolutely, and they just gnaw right through it, despite how hard bamboo is. They have no problem with those teeth.
I actually heard someone ask yesterday where they get all that bamboo from, and Netta, you answered that question in your package.
Love that. Looking forward to that. And I love the panda ears, too.
It's so cool. Like you said, maybe that red panda gets a little bit of privacy now.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that, Netta. I appreciate all our panda coverage isn't over yet. There will be increased traffic at Balboa Park as the San Diego Zoo opens the Panda Ridge exhibit. Yeah, Balboa is going to be very busy. There will be traffic on Park Boulevard and around the park. Zoo visitors can take advantage of a free shuttle that will pick up and drop off at the Inspiration Point parking lot. So, yes. Pandemonium will also be at Balboa Park and the traffic and everything else.
We talked about how this is going to be that stretch the next couple weeks where things at the zoo are just going to be chaos. So, be ready to be in long lines and delays, but eventually, I think those pandas will balance out. We'll have a little bit, you'll be able to hang out at the exhibit a little bit longer. But for now, they've got to be pretty strict on that timetable.
And it's a little cooler for those long lines today.
Finally, right? After what has been heat wave after heat wave after heat wave. And we're not done. We're going to have more on the way. But we get this stretch today and tomorrow of cooler temperatures and, more notably, of humidity dropping. So it is much drier out there. Notice the mountains don't have those clouds billowing around them because we don't have the expectation of any strong showers or thunderstorms coming through over the mountains and deserts. Temperatures across the mountains and deserts are still going to be hot, the 2 hottest microclimates in the county. 90 for the mountains, 108 for the deserts. If you are along the coast, we're expecting temperatures to be in the mid-70s this afternoon, mid-80s, maybe even upper 80s as we make our way to our inland valleys. Closer to our western valleys will be a bit more mild in about the mid-80s versus the low 90s for areas like Ramona as well. Walking out the door as we speak, we're in the 60s. 66 right now in Oceanside, 64 in Del Mar, 62 in La Mesa. Temperatures are pretty uniform out there. When we look at the last 14 days, the last 2 weeks of temperatures, we saw a pretty decent stretch here from last Friday through Tuesday of above average temperatures. Now, we wouldn't necessarily call this a heat wave along the coastline, but inland, it was much more pronounced. We had a couple days in there, even along the coast, of making it to the 80s in downtown San Diego, and that drop from Tuesday to yesterday went from 85 degrees down to 76 degrees, so a nearly 10-degree drop brought us back to below average territory. And we'll do so again today, likely staying in the upper 70s, maybe even mid 70s. We'll be in that average range. If you're looking at the weekend beach forecast, Saturday and Sunday are both looking like fantastic days to get to the coastline. Keep in mind we are encountering that marine layer close to the coast, and that means some patchy fog, some cloud cover through the morning stretch, and then by the afternoon we get more sunshine. But it is a bit hazy out there for certain portions of the AM stretch. We get to our warmest point Saturday and Sunday, and then we balance out, starting to cool down just a little bit by about the middle and later portion of next week. Sometimes these 10-day trends can be a little bit unreliable in that it's difficult to predict the forecast 10 days out, but it does tend to give us that general consensus that we will peak over the course of the weekend and then slide a bit going into next week. Let's take a look at traffic 610 on our morning commute time. And we have been following a stalled vehicle that is now cleared. It was earlier on the 15 northbound. Exit ramp from the 15 northbound to Claremont Mesa Boulevard was blocked on the shoulder with that stalled vehicle. It's now back open, 15 flowing smoothly. Let's check in on border wait times. 60-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. It'll take you an hour in total. Otay Mesa Port of Entry running a bit longer, about an hour 25 to get across that Port of Entry.